This how-to is going to be on how to set up a wired input as a count that falls underneath a process. So in other words, we're not actually going to kick counts until this process begins. So we would go to our core software. And we want to go to configuration and devices. So also just select that here. I already have a module that I've got set up with an input, so I'm going to select that. I'm going to hit edit. I'm going to go to monitoring points, and here I've got a process that's called production. So I'm going to highlight that. I want to add a sampler and or count underneath that. I would select that. I'm going to give it a name, and it is a linked sampler because it's linked to an input. The type is it's a count. This trigger means when does it going to update the system. If you have a relatively fast count every 5 to 10 seconds, you would want to use this periodic so that you're not killing the system with trying to update things. If you have multiple machines, it can get really busy. So just do it every 60 seconds. So it's going to collect counts, tells that 60-minute time frame, then it's going to send that count to the system, and the system's going to update. If you're getting a relatively slow count, like once every 2 to 5 minutes or something, you can use this as occurs. So just when that count actually happens, then it'll update the system. Back on the periodic, there's also this don't send zero. So in other words, if the count is 0 within that 60 seconds, it won't send it. The other one is that that count is 0 and that 60 seconds is just not, it'll send it to the system, but it won't actually record it. The other item here is to select the input. So I have my count set up on discrete input 1. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select that discrete input here. So now my count is linked to that input, which is under production. So when I start production, I'm going to get my count. So you have that set up. Just hit save and exit. Set. If this is reviewed, altered configuration, it's already out there. Don't forget to go to device status and update your configuration. That's going to conclude this how-to on setting up that count as a child of a process. So we're talking to you again.